Yeah, go. Oh, hey! Hey, what's going on, guys? We haven't taken a look at one of these kits for a while. This is one of the Petitrits kits, so these are from different characters from Fate Grand Order. Once again, a game that I know nothing about, but these are some pretty cool little kind of figures. They're sort of similar to like Nendroid, but more like kind of Bandai's SD kind of figurized kind of figures that you can build yourself rather than paying the price for Nendroids, which are much more expensive, and you don't get to build them yourself. This is something you actually get to build yourself, and they're pretty cool. They do tend to be pretty sticker heavy, lacking in a lot of part separation, color accuracy just straight out the box, but that's because they're very small, very simple kits, and so they're pretty cheap. So I think that's definitely one good point about these. So I think these kits are pretty interesting, even though it's not something that I'm personally really into, like the characters, I mean. Still, the kits are pretty fun, just little things to put together. And they make for just some nice little kits just set around your table, again, especially if you're a fan of the series. So let's get into it here. This is number 8 in the line. This is the Saber Altria Pendragon version. So I believe she's like one of the main characters, if not the main character of the series, something like that, or at least one of them anyway. One of the more popular ones, definitely. I know Saber is one that I see all around, all over the place. So let's go ahead and just take a look around the box, then I'll get this built up and we'll see how it looks. On the front of the box, you just got the main character illustration there, the Petitrits logo, the Fate Grand Order logo here on the side of the box. As I mentioned, this is number 8 in the line. Down here on the bottom of the box is just reminding you that this is molded in color and that there's no painting required, but that's not exactly true, I think. It also says no glue required, of course. Over here, what the item is going to look like, just built up with, and this is definitely a painted version of the kit. I believe so. Anyway, it usually says when it's not a painted version, but doesn't seem to say it there. Anyway, but here it has the selection for the sword as well. Looks like if you wanted a gold or a silver sword, you have some selection there, some nice details around. That's the thing, these do have a lot of nice detail on them. It's just that they can't recreate all that detail in the precise colors necessarily usually, so you usually have stickers for that or you have to paint it yourself. Action, they do have a little bit of posability, not very much, so like you can do a couple of very simple poses. That's kind of really going to be about it. And then always a funny quote over here, I ask you, are you my master? Anyway, back around to the other side, this is showing you an illustration, or at least a photograph of what the kit is going to look like exactly in its actual size, so it's going to be about 10 centimeters tall. And this is noting that these photos are taken of the kit without any paint on it, so I mean, it looks pretty alright without any paint on it. Let's just go ahead and get it cracked up and see what we got in here. So I basically just have the 2 bags of runners and then our instruction manual. So once again, it's going to be kind of vertically folding out manual here. At the top, you do have the parts list there and the sticker sheet, so you can see that. And the front is all in color, building up the head and the body and the arms and legs and all that there. Down here at the bottom, you do also have the color guide there in Japanese and in English. And then around here on the back side, just finishing up the legs and the skirt part, and then like the cape, or what exactly would you call that for this sort of clothing? Is that a cape? Yes or no? It looks like a cape, but I feel like for this like kind of king's attire sort of like thing like that, it's not called a cape, is it? I don't know. Anyway, you also have a base included as well, which is just a nice little simple thing to have included in there also. So you actually got 2 sticker sheets. One is just these sticker decals, which will be for some of the finer details, which you'll need to stick just on top of some parts. Obviously these little deep blue details go on like the front of the chest armor and stuff. And then we've got the much more sizable foil sticker sheet here, where you can see we've got a lot of big stickers that are going to be going around on there, including ones for the eyes and just a lot of color apps missing from the plastic kit. Runner A, going to be a big 4-color runner here. We got some gold across the bottom for the base and like a crown part and the sword, some flesh tone part there just for the face, some white parts all throughout here, and some yellowish parts up there for her hair. Runner B here in a nice molded silver for some of the armor parts, and then Runner C, the rest of the parts here in blue. So like I said, these kits don't really take a whole lot of time to put together, so let me do that and we'll see how she's looking. So here she is all built up and she looks pretty good. Most of the stickers I think look pretty alright. We'll go through those in more detail here in just a second. I'll talk more about some of the ones I think work better than others as far as all the stickers go. As far as just the kit itself though, it's pretty basic. If you've built any of the other ones in the line, you should have a pretty good idea what to expect from this. Very minimal articulation, but pretty good details. And if you'll notice, she is able to stand there on her own without the use of the base. I think the base is pretty nice, and you probably will want to use that just because you have it, so why not use it? But if you did not want to use that base, you can have her just standing without that, where some of the other ones did have a little bit of trouble because they have very tiny feet and big bobbleheads, so they're kind of a little bit top heavy, some of them, but this one does seem to want to stand up pretty fine on its own. So let's go ahead and go in for a closer look, and we'll go through some of the finer details. So we'll start from the top down. There's 2 stickers that wrap around the crown part there, which is molded in gold, but those gold stickers give it just a slightly different color, make it a little bit more shiny, I guess, and they also give you the little black lining around the details on the crown. But as you can tell, this sticker doesn't really want to fit on there. Anytime you have those photo stickers going over rounded surfaces, they just don't really tend to work very good usually. So it looks kind of, sort of, almost fine, but I would maybe recommend just maybe not using that one. The stickers for the eyes are pretty fine too. I mean, those are just pretty simple, basic ones there. You have this little sticker here on the front of this white part, which is also just kind of passable. Same with these white ones that wrap around the edge of the blue cape. Those are all kind of fine too. The stickers here on the front of her chest armor actually look pretty good. You can't really see the line around the stickers, so those look pretty nice on there. They're not very noticeable, the other stickers. Also, a couple stickers that wrap around her midsection there for the belt. Again, it's also not very noticeable just because like a dark detail hidden in there, just kind of amongst all this other stuff, so you can't really see that. It doesn't really stand out. And of course, all the gold lining around there too, also I think does look pretty good. Those look nice, except for the ends here where you have the silvery bits kind of wrapping around this more curved detail there. So again, wrapping around any curved detail, not really going to look quite as nice. And then you'll notice too, this cape is just kind of loose because it's not really held on there by anything. It's just held on there by the fact that her head is attached to the body. If you take off the head, that just comes off. And then there's a few more stickers, up underneath that around her neck section, and these yellow stripes there on the shoulder as well. All that yellow striping bits around there is more stickers that don't really look very good. But again, if you're gonna have this cape on, then you're not really gonna notice, so it's not really too bad. But if you didn't want to have that on, those stickers, again, I would maybe recommend just getting a little bit of yellow paint and just go ahead and line that detail in there yourself with a little bit of paint. Otherwise, no stickers up underneath there. It's just got the silver boots, yellow pants, white pants underneath there, I should say. And just to go over some of the articulation, like the arm will move up about 90 degrees and the elbow will bend about 90 degrees. In this case, this hand can rotate. The holding hand over here for the sword, this one other hand on the other side does not rotate, just the whole forearm and hand, that's all molded all together there like that. The head obviously is on a ball joint, so that can move around in every way. This ribbon here on the back of her head can also be tilted, so if you want to have her like dashing like off to the side, you could tilt that ribbon off to the side or something like that if you wanted to. And the legs are also just attached via a very simple ball joint up in there. The legs are just one big solid piece, except for the feet, which are also able to move just a slight bit there, so you can move the legs barely a little bit, not really gonna be all that much though. And then you do have a little bit of rotation here at the midsection as well too, so that's pretty good. Some of the other ones didn't have that, if I remember correctly. And then of course the stand, which like I said does look pretty cool. It's just this gold wavy detail kind of stand, and it works a little bit different from other ones. Other ones where the little connection peg here, the little connection arm would like have like a C joint where it would like clamp onto the leg. This one actually plugs into the dress, so on the back side of the dress there is a point where this is going to plug into. So I kind of like that it's not going to be grabbing onto the leg, but it's attached into the dress, and I think it's probably going to be a little bit hard to get in there. Maybe I need to put this on here first, then plug it down onto the base. There we go, that's probably working a little bit better, and as you can see, it's held on there pretty good. I can shake it upside down, it's not going to come off or anything. And then her sword, I went for the full stickers that covers up the whole blade. Otherwise, there's another version of the sticker where it's just this little base part at the end that's gold and blue, and then the blade would be the same gold as the handle, but I wanted to try the full sticker to cover up that whole section just to see how that would look, and it doesn't look too bad. There's 2 stickers, one for each side, that then you have to kind of like fold over themselves on the edges there, and so a lot of times those kind of stickers also not really going to look very good, but these ones go on like well enough that it looks decent. That sword is just going to pop into the hand, and then you can, pose it as best you can with that limited articulation. So that's going to be pretty much it as far as everything that she comes with and everything that she can do. And then just as a quick reminder of the size of these, there you can see how this is going to compare to your average 1/44 scale Gundam kit. Going to be not quite that big, as you can see. And then also just a reminder to you guys that the weapons and stuff between different kits should all be compatible, as far as I know, the hand size is all going to be the same, so any handle weapon that you have among the different Petitrits kits should be able to be swapped between different ones. Now the style might not match, as you can see here, but it's something that if you wanted to customize them a little bit, you could swap around some of the accessories. So that's going to be about it, guys. Pretty quick review. There's really not a whole lot much else to say about these. They're very simple, just little kits, very cheap too, so they're nice if you're a fan of Fate Grand Order, or if you're just looking for, again, just like I said, something really small, simple, just to put up on your shelf or your desk at work, something maybe you just like the character design, don't really know too much about the anime series or anything like that, and you're like me, you just think that they're just kind of cool character designs, so I would say, check one of them out. There's certain ones that I definitely prefer more than other ones, like for example the Saber Okita version, I definitely prefer more than this one necessarily, but this one is still pretty cool as well. So as always, guys, if you do have any other further questions or comments about these, do feel free to leave those down below. And check out all the Petitrits kits over there on USA Gundam Store. The link is down below, and you can also use my coupon code there too, ZakuAurelius10, to save 10% off everything there on the site. So that'll all be down in the video description. Check that out. Thank you guys all so much for your support too, liking, commenting, subscribing. I really appreciate that, guys. So until next time, hope you're all having a great day. See you guys later. Bye.